All right, let's cut to the chase. While working on this little masterpiece, I realized that there was just too much degeneracy to pack into one video. So I'm breaking this one down into two parts, kind of like your dignity after a night out on Walking Street. In today's episode of the Unspoken Rules of Dealing with Working Girls in Pattaya, we'll cover the essentials, agreeing on terms, knowing you're not special, respecting the clock, and keeping it clean, because nobody wants a souvenir that requires penicillin. Now, before we dive into it, do me a favor, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe. YouTube hates this kind of content, as y'all already know, as much as your mom would. So, the ad revenue here is garbage, but I'll keep this train wreck rolling as long as my sang song stash stays stocked, right? Check out the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below if you want to help keep me motivated and slightly drunk.
One drunk man is more intelligent than 3 women with PhDs.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
Yeah, gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets. Yeah, better move out the way cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked.
All right, let's get started. Rule 1, agreeing on the terms first. Gentlemen, let me paint you a little picture, right? You're out on Walking Street, you're feeling like a fucking rock star, drinks are fucking flowing, the music's fucking pounding, right? And then, bam, you meet her. She's smiling at your fucking damn piss poor jokes, right? And the next thing you know, you're thinking, wow, maybe she really likes me for me. Spoiler alert, she doesn't. Listen, this is Pattaya, not a fucking Disney movie, and if you think you're gonna get fucking freebies, either you're fucking Brad Pitt, which you're fucking not, or you've misunderstood the situation entirely, right? Freebies are about as rare as a fucking ladyboy without makeup, right? And here's where agreeing upon terms upfront becomes your little fucking armor, right? You don't want to wake up the next morning, right, with this fucking beautiful honey next to you, holding out her hand, talk about 3,000 baht, right? When all you did was cuddle and pass the fuck out halfway through, right? That's a fucking rude awakening, right? That'll fucking sober you up just as fast as a fucking bucket of ice water, right? Truth is, short time should cost you anywhere from, 1,000 baht, 2,000 baht, depending on where you're finding her from. You know, you can find it cheaper, obviously, and you can find girls that want a lot more than that, right? So, in general, that's what I pay for short time, for the most part, right? And how much you negotiate. But if you skip the conversation, you're leaving the fucking door wide open for her to hit you with that fucking tourist special later on, right? And trust me, nobody wants to be the guy paying fucking 5K for 30 minutes of a fucking lukewarm smile and fucking half sucky, right? So, before you leave the club, the bar, or wherever the fuck you found her from, walk Beach Road, fucking Soy 6, Soy 8, any of the fucking soys, right? Before you do all that, take a moment and lay it out, right? Something like, how much for short time, right? It doesn't need to be poetry, but it gets the fucking job done, right? And if the price works for you, great. And if not, no hard feelings. Walk away. There's literally thousands more just a few steps down the road, right? I can tell you, girls would try to hit me with the 3,000 baht, 4,000 baht, 5,000 baht for short time. No, honey. Like, I'm not one of them dudes that be like, she tried to hit you with the 5,000 baht, so I'm gonna offer her that. Like, bro, you on two different ends of the spectrum here and right now. So like, just thank you and drive on, right? And one last thing, right? When she tells you her price, right? Like I'm saying, right? Like, don't haggle her too much for that shit, right? Down like it's fucking happy hour prices or some shit, right? This isn't a fish market, and if you're not happy with her rate, thank her and move on, right? You're here to have fun, not star in an episode of fucking Cheap Charlie Gone Fucking Wild and shit, right? Bottom line is, agree on the price, agree on the time, short term, short time, long time, and the amount, right? It'll just make things so much easier for you, right? Rule 2, don't assume you're special. All right, guys, let's pop this bubble right quick. You're not special. You know, it's hard to hear, right? Especially when you've been treated like a king by this sweet little Thai girl who's laughing at all your fucking jokes, holding your hand and saying, you're so handsome, or handsome man, you know, after years of dealing with fucking jaded, fucking overworked, fucking overappreciated, fucking fat, disgusting fucking feminists back home, right? It's easy to think, wow, I found someone who sees me for my worth, right? It's easy to think that stupid shit, but it's wrong. She sees you as a wallet. And don't get me wrong, right? It's a wallet she probably likes, but it's a wallet nonetheless, right? And here's the harsh truth, right? You're not special to her as you're just the dude that's there right now, the same as the other dude that was there before, and same as the next dude that's coming after you go home, right? And here's the harsh truth. You're as special to her as the guy before you and the guy who's texting her, where are you? Well, you're still in the fucking bathroom, right? Or you're off in the fucking the pisser, right? And sure, right? You'll meet plenty of girls here who dream of, you know, a Western boyfriend to sweep them off their feet. But let's be real. If you're heading back to your country and she's staying in Pattaya, she's still working, right? She's still working. I've seen it happen too many times, right? She's not sitting around fucking knitting scarves or whatever the fuck, writing goddamn love letters to you, you know, blah, blah, blah. Pattaya runs on a simple economy, right? Time is money, and while she might make you feel like you're the only man in the world for a night, the reality is that you're one of many of her fucking client on her client roster, right? Don't let a sweet smile and a fucking gentle touch fool you, right? She's a pro, and this isn't her first time in the ring, right? It's probably not even her fucking 100th time, right? And look, I get it. Back home, a date meant spending hours trying to impress someone who ghosted you before fucking dessert, realistically, right? Here, she's kind, attentive, makes you feel like Brad Pitt on fucking holiday, right? But don't confuse good service with genuine affection, right? She's good at what she does, and what she does is make you believe that you're the only one for her, right? At least until the fucking meter runs out. So play the game, have your fun, but keep your emotions in check, right? This circles back to my 3-day rule thing, right? It's not mine, but it's like the thing right out here. You don't just keep them around for too long, because while you're here thinking maybe she's different, she's thinking maybe he'll leave a good tip. Remember, you're a client. Enjoy what it is, but don't expect her to start fucking penning goddamn wedding vows or nothing, right? Bottom line is, you're in Pattaya and she's not your girlfriend. She's a temporary rental. Treat her with respect, but don't let your heart overrule your fucking brain or your budget. Rule 3, respect their time and yours. All right, fellas, let's talk about respecting the clock. Hers and yours. Whether you've agreed on an hour, a night, or fucking God help you a few fucking days, right? When the time is up, the time's up. Don't be one of them dudes sitting there. Oh, just stay a little bit longer. You know, don't like sit there and beg for her to stay longer, right? There's no extending the contract unless both parties, you and her, agree on that, right? And even then, tread carefully, you know, because sticking around too long and suddenly someone's saying, oh, I think I'm catching feelings, right? And at that moment, you know, you've overstayed your welcome, right? And she's got you locked in, right? And you don't want that shit. Now, you know, I've made this fucking rookie mistake on agreeing to spend, you know, a few days with girls longer than I should have, you know, previously, fucking years ago, right? But remember, right, the golden fucking 3-day rule, right? By day 3, it's time to say your goodbyes, right? And why? Because by then, you know, the facade starts to crack, right? You stop being, you know, Mr. Handsome man, and she starts being a little less sweet and dotting, right? And more passive aggressive, texting other clients. while you're fucking brushing your teeth and shit. But let's keep it real simple, right? You've hired her for short time, long time. Treat her like a car rental, right? When your time is up, return the keys and walk away, right? You wouldn't try to keep a car after the rental period, right? Without paying extra, at least, right? Same rules apply here for like lingering, right? After the deed is done, right? Especially for like short time, right? After the deed is done, it isn't romantic, right? Or whatever, it's awkward, right? It's like sitting at a restaurant after you've already paid the bill and just staring at the waiter, right? Nobody likes that guy, right? Don't be that guy. Here's a little tip, right? Even if she's agreed to a longer arrangement, don't take advantage of her time. Sure, you're paying, but that doesn't mean you should turn this into, a Lord of the Rings long fucking drawn out unnecessary shit, right? Respect what was agreed upon, and if you want more, renegotiate, right? Just don't assume she's thrilled about, fucking binge watching fucking Netflix with you for hours when she could be back out on fucking Walking Street making fucking more money, right? Bottom line, when the clock runs out, it's time to mosey on, right? Whether it's a few hours, a few days, respect the time limit you agreed on. No one's here for free overtime, and sticking around too long is how casual fun turns into a fucking messy drama, right? Keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it on schedule, in my opinion, right? All right, you beautiful degenerates, a quick break here. If you're enjoying this little guide to surviving Pattaya, do me a quick favor and smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below, right? And if you want to be real generous, check out the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description. Become a channel member, because y'all already know, right? What we talking about here. YouTube doesn't really like this shit. It's not ad friendly, blah, blah, blah. So, you want to keep the stories coming, the fucking nonsense rolling, right? Make sure that you fucking help out and keep us motivated over here. Good enough of that stuff, right? Now let's get back to the good stuff.
I'm the meanest rapper, meaning I feed on rappers a lot. I'm obscene, I need not encouragement, this the courage I got a buzz going, so people heard of me, then I pop. Kinda was going, how you gonna tell me I gotta stop? Start another trend, and if you wanna get in on the ground floor, then what you holding up the wall standing around for? Call up my people and I know what they down for. We can stay up all night long, land home around 4. I'm on the land from my daytime lifestyle. We be going ham like cheese and a slice style.
Rule 4. Keep it clean and safe. All right, let's get real for a second, right? Don't be that nasty motherfucker out here going fucking raw in these girls, right? This isn't fucking a Sunday school sermon, right? It's the fucking hard truth, right? You're not invincible, and Pattaya is not exactly a monastery, right? These ladies are professionals, talented professionals, but they're also in high demand, if you catch my fucking drift, right? So, unless you want to bring home a souvenir that requires antibiotics or worse, right, you need to wrap it up every single time, right? I get it. After a few drinks and a few winks, it's tempting to think, what's the worst could happen, right? What's the worst could happen? But trust me, the worst looks like you in a clinic trying to explain why things are burning down there. Newsflash. Better safe than sorry. Just saying. It's a survival guide, right? Just saying. Now, if you decide you want to keep one around for a while, right? So you fucking disregard everything that literally everybody tells you about out here, right? And you decide you want to keep one and she's worth your vacation girlfriend, or you're thinking about a long-term arrangement, right? There's one non-negotiable step, in my opinion, right? Getting her tested. Seriously, don't just assume because she's sweet, smells nice, smells like fucking lavender and whatever the fuck, that everything is going to be fucking peachy down there, right? Go to a clinic together and make sure that make sure while you're at it, right? Don't forget to get yourself tested, right? Just get the both of you. Be like, hey, honey, let's go and get it tested, right? If you're out here smashing a bunch of fucking working girls, right? Right, and here's the kicker, right? Testing isn't just a one and done deal if you're out here smashing all the time. My wife makes me get tested, like I said, every other month or every third month, no questions asked. Why? Because, you know, for me, it's the responsible thing to do. And let me tell you that a little certificate of health, right, isn't just reassuring. It's freedom to enjoy yourself without the paranoia, okay? So whether you're here for a good time or thinking about a long-term relationship, arrangement, whatever, you know, keep it clean, keep it safe, and keep your ego in check. No glove, no love, right? That's the rule, and if you can't handle that, right, like maybe Pattaya shouldn't be your playground, right? Bottom line is, protect yourself, protect her. Don't let a moment of bad judgment turn into a lifetime of regrets, because while fun in Pattaya is endless, so are the clinics if you don't play it smart. Rule 5, avoid over-negotiating. Here's the thing, guys. Negotiating with the ladies isn't just a skill, it's a gamble, frankly, right? I like to keep this part as simple as possible, right? You see, some of these girls seriously overvalue themselves, in my opinion, right? We're talking about Gucci bag prices for Walmart level effort. But here's the kicker, right? The moment you start haggling them down, it's like flipping a switch, right? You might save a few hundred baht here, but the experience, well, it's probably gonna feel discounted too, right? Half-hearted smiles, minimal effort, and in a constant sense that she's clock watching, it's not worth it to me, right? For me, if the price sounds reasonable, I just agree and move on, right? 9 out of 10 times, it works out fine, right? The girl's happy, I'm happy, and nobody's sitting here with buyer's remorse. You know, keep it smooth, keep it simple, and you'll usually have a good time. But, you know, here's where things can get a little bit more complicated. You know, let's talk about the exception, right? Bringing ladies along for a little extra fun with the wife, right? Now, let me tell you this, right? These girls always try to charge me, like, upcharge for the threesome, right? And the math never really adds up, right? Asking for double, but most of them don't do a damn thing with the wife, right? The wife just sits there and watches me, right? It's like trying to fucking charge for a buffet while they're serving a single plate, right? And I couldn't count how many of these girls tried to pull that on me, right? If it's like the both of us, it's both Emmy and I, right? And they're trying to ask me for 3,000, 5,000 baht for short time with the both of us, when I know damn well if it was just me, they'd be asking for 1,000 or 2,000, right? And so I straight ask, do you do stuff with ladies too? And if the answer is no, you're not getting paid double, right? Because you're not doing double the work, right? So here's my rule, right? In this scenario, I offer 2,000, take it or leave it, right? There's no back and forth, no nonsense. And most of the time, they'll usually take it because they already know the alternative is making nothing, right, for the night. Because like I said, if you've watched all my stuff, for the most part, I like to find the girls up in the nightclubs, right? And so like I said, they'll take it for the most part, right? Knowing, like I said, knowing the alternative is making nothing, right? And the ones who agree without a fuss tend to be better company anyways, right? The ones who argue and push, they're probably not worth your time or your money, most importantly, right? Bottom line is, avoid over-negotiating if the price seems fair, right? Lock it in, enjoy yourself. If it doesn't, thank her and move on, right? There's plenty of other freaking fish in the sea, and you don't need to waste your time, waste your night trying to bargain with the shark. You know, keep it straightforward, and you'll save yourself the headache and maybe even a little dignity, right? And there you have it, folks. The first half of the unspoken rules of dealing with working girls in Pattaya. If you're still here and not rage typing in the fucking comments, congratulations. You survived the basics without fucking crying, right? But don't get too comfortable, because the real chaos is coming in fucking part 2, right? In the next video, we'll cover Rule 6 through 10. That means diving into where to find the right girls. Hint, not Thai friendly, unless you like getting fucking catfished than a motherfucker. How to spot scams before you're a sucker. Why you should never overstay your welcome. And whether or not you should tip her after she's been scrolling through fucking TikTok the whole time. Oh, and my personal fucking favorite, how to avoid turning your short time into a full-blown fucking stalker situation, right? Spoiler, the black button is your bestest fucking friend, right? Now, before you go searching Thai friendly for your next fucking heartbreak, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And for the fucking love of fucking Samsung, right? Turn on notifications so you don't miss fucking part 2, right? YouTube doesn't like this shit, right? So you need to make sure that if you want to keep up with this fucking disaster of a channel fucking running, right? Check out the fucking join button, right? Become a channel member. You know, like I said, every fucking bot keeps the sarcasm fucking flowing and the drinks fucking poured, right? All right. See you guys in the next one. Remember, in Pattaya, the meter's always fucking running, and so should you, right? Catch you guys in the next one.